We are back with part 2 of our chapter 2 video lecture. I am still on page 130 of the textbook. Our last stopping point was to determine the highest price that's shown here in cell B8. The next thing we're trying to do is to highlight cell B4, the stock item, and they want us to use the mini toolbar. So I'm going to right click my mouse and click on the comma, and we're going to not need those decimals. So I'm going to click here to decrease the decimal twice. So now I'm showing that number of 3022 with the comma format. I then want to highlight from cell B5 to B8, right click my mouse, and I want to use the dollar sign in those cells. So I'll click on the dollar sign for those cells. All right, we're just making it look pretty, doing some formatting. We're now going to go to page 131. We're going to focus on column F. For column F, I would like for it's actually column E. Column E, I want the width to be 50 pixels. If I put my mouse between column E and F, it shows me the current width is being 88 pixels. So I'm going to make it a little smaller. They said me to make it 50. That's going to be kind of tiny. 48, 51, 50. So notice that when I do that, the information appears to be smashed up. And sometimes what it'll do is show you a bunch of squiggly lines, which simply means that the actual column is too small. All right? I'm going to highlight the range from A4 to B8. Again, I highlight the range from A4 to B8. And I'm going to drag this information over to the range of D4 through E8. So put my mouse here. I'm going to drag this over to the range of D4 through E8. So now notice that when I do that, I get these lines here. They look like little squiggly lines. That's because the column itself is not wide enough. And so to correct that, I'll put my mouse in between column D and E and just double click it and do the same thing here. And that's called the auto fit. And what it does is going to increase the actual cells to the proper width. All right. So now I'm going to select the range from D4 to E8, which is already selected. And on my home tab, here's the home tab, I'm going to go to my styles group, which is here. And under my styles group, click where it says cell styles. And under there, I'm going to have these different themes, which are here. These are called theme cell styles. I didn't pick that one. And then choose the one that says 20% accent 1, which is my first option. I'm going to click here where it says 20% accent 1. And now you can see how it looks once I've chosen that 20% accent 1. I'm going to go to cell C6, which is here. And I'm going to type in the word tree statistics. If I can only spell. Okay. And I'm going to select cell C6 again to make it the active cell. And on my home tab and my font group, which is here, we're going to make it a size 14 font. Come on. So make it a size 14 font to make it bigger. I want to make it bold and also italic. So I'll click the bold and italic. We're making all types of things. And then for the font color, I want it to be the blue accent 1. So for the font color, which is here, they told us to go down to the 5th column. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th column, and click on the first color, which would be the blue accent 1. That's kind of light, but that's okay. Just follow the instructions. All right. And then in our alignment group, which is the alignment group is here, I want to click where it says to align it to the right. So we got the blue accent 1. Now I want to make sure that that's the right color because I can't hardly see that color. So let me look at my color again. I don't like that color. Let's see. So that's the 5th column. So here, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going up here. There we go. So that 5th column. So go to the 1st column here. Yeah, that looks a lot better. All right. And then we did the right alignment. So now I'm going to choose on the alignment group, right? We did that. Select the range from C4 to C8. So select from C4 to C8. Highlight that range. And then click on the format cells. So once again, I'm going to go to my alignment group. So I'm going to right click. And under the format cells, which is here, I'm going to click on the alignment tab, which is here. So I'm reading as I'm going through this. And under my text control, which is here, I'm going to choose where it says to merge the cells. What I'm doing now, I'm merging cells C4 through C8. So I'm going to merge the actual cells. And then under the orientation, which is here, I'm going to put some degrees on it to 30 degrees. So I like to do this. It makes it look cooler. See that? I'm going to go to a 30 degree. There we go. And once I've done the actual degrees, I'm going to go ahead and click on the OK button. So you see that? See how we merged from cell C4 through C8, and we changed the orientation of it to a 30-degree angle. Again, we're just playing around with some different functions, okay? So now in the row heading area, point to row 9, which is here. So we're going to point to row 9, and we want to do an insert. We're going to actually insert 2 different rows. So if I right-click my mouse, I'll just click on the insert button. And know if you press the F4 button, if you do a function F4, it will also create what you just did. So it will also insert another row too. So let's see, we did insert. So you want to add 2 additional blank rows. I did it once. I'm going to do a function F4 again to add in additional rows. So you can, again, in Excel, there's more than one way that we can do different functions. So now for rows 9 through 11, I'm going to select rows 9 through 11, the rows I just added. I'm going to highlight those rows. And then in my Home tab, under the Editing group, which is here, I'm going to click on the Clear button to get rid of any type of formatting that's in there already. And then click where it says to clear the formats. So notice that the blue accent went away once we cleared the actual format. How are we doing so far? Doing pretty good? All right. So next, they tell us to click on cell E4, which is here. And notice that in the formula bar, it's showing the sum of A1 through A14 through A42. All righty. Nothing to do there. They just let us know about that. So now we're about to do something a little bit different. Let's go to cell A10. In cell A10, I'm going to type in oak trees. All right, and then press the tab key. In cell B10, I want to use a formula called the count if. So I'm going to count the number of oak trees that we're showing on our worksheet. So I'm going to go to my formulas tab. So click on the formulas tab. In my function library group, I'll click on the function library, click where it says more functions. I'm going to go to statistical and go down to where it says count if. There's more than one. So just click the one where it says count if without the S on the end. All right. And it's saying what range should I count? So I'm focused on column G. Is column G shows the actual different type of oak trees. So I'm going to type in the range as being G14 colon to G42. All right. So it's saying to count that range, I'm going to press on the tab key. And now it's saying, well, what is your criteria? I'm going to type in oak. So what it's going to do, it is going to count the number of types of oaks it sees from rows G14 through G42. I'm going to press on the OK button. And notice that there are 13 different types of oaks in columns G14 through G42. We use our count if function to show that information. All right. So in our home tab, go back to my home tab. In my alignment group, which is here, I'm going to click on left to align that number to the actual left. Okay? We're now going to do what's called some logical testing, which says that if it is this, give me this response, but if it's something different, give me a different amount. Let me show you. So go to cell H13 and type in the stock level. Again, H13, type in the stock level. And notice that right now my columns are wide. I'm going to double click to make my column wider. In cell H14, I'm going to put in a formula to show the actual stock level of these different types of trees. All right. So in cell H14, I'll go back to my formulas tab. Under my formulas tab, I'm going to click where it says logical. All right. And then click on the logical if statement. So I'm going to do a logical test here. And what we're going to do now, we're going to put the logical text box. We're going to say for if A14 is less than 75. So we're saying if A14 is less than 75. So if that's true, what should we do? We're going to place an order. Maybe we're going to order more trees. And if it is false, we'll just put in OK. So again, we're saying if cell A14 is less than 75, then we're going to order more items. But if it is greater than 75, we're going to put in the word OK. OK? So go ahead and press the OK button. And we see that for the first one, it's saying OK, right? And that's because for this first one, there's 78 items. So for the first one, it is OK. The amount is actually more than 75. No need to order. Now what I want to do, I want to copy the information down through the other cells. So watch this. I'll put my mouse in the right lower hand corner. I'll drag this all the way down to cell 42, and voila. It's going to show me which items we need to actually add or we need to order, or which ones are going to be okay. You having fun yet? I'm going to stop here and do one more video. We're almost done, but again, I'm trying to keep each video under a 15-minute time limit. So stay tuned for our next video.